Alright, what's up, guys? So, here's the thing. I had high hopes for this game, alright? This was a game where I'm like, hey, you know what? I think this is going to be something good. Free game, free campaign. Overall, I'm like, I think that we might have ourselves a good video game. So, here's the thing. Played this when it was in the demo stage, right? I thought it was cool. I was like, okay, cool. I can appreciate this game. I can see myself playing a little bit of this. In a day where I want to sit down and play a multiplayer game, I'm like, yeah, Delta Force is going to probably be the game that comes to mind, right? But overall, I did find myself getting bored of it quickly, and I'm not really a fan of the extraction shooter stuff. I mean, if that's what developers want to create, that's what they can create. They do whatever they want to do. Overall, there's other games that I can play. I'm not going to hassle the developers to make another game. I would say though, if you want a lot of people to play your game, I think that you need to make the game for everybody. So have it where there's a if it's a extraction shooter, have it where I could go up against AI bots and just do that rather than playing against actual people, because there are going to be people that's going to ruin your experience. I say that because I remember when they did that with the that one zombie game that was supposed to be one of the greatest games of all time. The day before, they decided last minute, let's make it into an extraction shooter. Game comes out, and I remember doing a mission where as soon as I had walked outside, like I ran out of ammo, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna just run it all the way to the extraction point. I ended up getting sniped as soon as I walked out of a building. So I was like, nah, not a fan of extraction shooters no more. Can't play that game. So overall, didn't like that game, and I have to say that was probably the start of me not really being a fan of extraction shooters, because it requires so much. It's like I'm just trying to sit down and play a game, and it's like you out here turning it into experience that don't even need to be an experience, But I mean, if it is, then it's like at least have it where I'm just going up against bots, and I could just have a normal experience. Like one game that did that, I will say that they need to work on their game too, but Gray Zone Warfare, they have it where you could go up against bots. I'm like, all right, cool. I just don't like when the bots just snipe me off like instantly, but I can appreciate the fact that they did come out with a PvE mode. I will say that is one good thing about that game. But overall, getting back to Delta Force. But I did find myself getting bored of it, and a lot of other games was coming out. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to wait until the campaign comes out for this game, because they did say a campaign was going to come out. And I'm like, when that comes out, I'll play it. So overall, they announce it. Campaign is being released. And I'm like, all right, cool. Go ahead and play that when it comes out. I played it, and I'm thinking to myself, fam, why? So the DLC is free. It's all that. If you guys want to test it out yourself, you very well can. DLC is free. Why do they have it set up where you have to play the game with other people? Like I get that that's the experience that you want, but I'm like, fam, that's one thing that I have always have said, is that I play co-op multiplayer. Like any game that requires an actual person to be on my team or whatever, I usually like playing that game with friends. Not all of my friends are jumping out and buying this game, and I'm not going to hassle them to, or not buy, but just overall download this game. I'm not going to hassle them to download this game, because this game it does require a lot of space on PCs and stuff. Hold on for a second. Delta Force game. Let's see, Steam. Let's see. Yeah, they're over 88 gigabytes. So my thing is this, right? Do you think that friend that is, they have like a gaming PC where it has like a terabyte, and they got like a lot of games installed, and they got to delete games that they're playing just so they can play Delta Force with me? No, a friend's not going to do that, and I'm not expecting them to do that. But overall, and let's say if they got less than a terabyte, let's say they got 500 gigabytes, that's almost like a 25% of their memory, gone, where it's like you're downloading almost 100 gigabytes, if not over 100 gigabytes, because of course it's the base game, then it's the extra content and all that stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, why are you requiring so much for this game? It shouldn't even require that much. For 88 gigabytes, I'm saying, like, it should be a lot of different content. It's only just 2 modes at the time being when this game came out, only 2 modes. And then they add this DLC, but they have it set up where you have to play this game with friends in order to play the campaign. So I managed to just get beyond that, and I was like, I did get it to where I can play the game by myself. But they make it overly difficult to play the game by yourself that I couldn't even get past the first mission. So my question is what experience did you want people to have with this game? All right, because I don't know everybody that's playing this game. I don't follow communities like that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do so, but I'm just saying I'm not all gamers. So yeah, there's going to be some gamers that do that. Even the developers may do stuff like that with games that they play. I don't do that. I'm just trying to play a video game and have fun. My thing is this: it wasn't like that with the original Delta or the Black Hawk Down game. So why it gotta be like that with this game? Why it has to be a situation where I'm out here hassling people? Because I just remember the one game being like that, and I'm like, fam, I'm having, I guess like maybe with some strike missions or the raids, but anyways, Destiny. Other than I'd never played, I did play the strikes. I was like, because they did have it set up where it wasn't on no stuff where I'm having to sit down and wait for a long. Because no, so the last time I'm going to talk about the last time I played this game, but I just wanted to talk on my experience with Destiny real quick. But anyways, they didn't make it to where the game was overly difficult or challenging. Like, yeah, if they had it where I was doing like some big crazy mission, then that's when they would have it with which would be the strikes, I guess, for those that don't play Destiny. So for those that don't play Destiny, they do have it where you could go through the pretty much the campaign solo, but then they do have like these missions where you go up against these giant like crazy bosses and stuff, and it'll take like 2 other people to play the game. But my thing is this: if you were at the same level as the strike mission, so let's say the strike mission is it's for like people that are level 15. If you're a level 15 and above, you ain't gonna have to trip about I guess like not being able to complete that strike mission. Fam, there's at times where I was completing strike missions by myself. That's how easy Destiny is. But I feel like Destiny, when you're looking at Destiny and this is like over the top game where you're traveling from planet to planet, going up against all these different forms of alien life, robots, and then you look at something like Black Hawk Down, it's like, okay, I understand what this game is. It shouldn't be a hard experience. But it's like you're trying to give me that same experience of a soldier that's in Somalia going up against these guys. And I'm like, fam, I am a 28-year-old man that's just trying to overall be a successful content creator playing your guys' game on my stream or on a YouTube video. But it's like, how am I supposed to do that if you are making the game difficult? That's the one thing that I'm never going to understand, why developers feel that there is a reason to make the game difficult and then just refuse to add the difficulty settings. So overall though, but yeah, that was talking on Destiny things. But let me just tell you guys my last experience with playing this game. So if you see me just kind of like turn back and forth looking at my TV, it's because I'm watching wrestling right now and things. But anyways, but I'm locked in with this video right now. So I'm playing, so I decided, I'm going to download this game. I'm just going to give it a chance. It's a free game. What could possibly go wrong? It's not like I paid money for this game or anything. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to play a game and see how it goes, because, yeah, I was watching a little bit of the documentary. Did recently just watch the movie that had, it came out years ago and things. But anyways, good documentary, good movie. Decide, you know what? Let me go ahead and play the game real quick, So anyways, download the Delta Force, download the DLC, start the DLC. Takes forever for me to find a person to play the game with. So then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to join the game. But I was just like, wait a minute. I know that this is going to be a crazy difficult thing. Maybe I should just wait. Exited out. For some odd reason, this game almost broke my PC. And I don't know what the issue is with that. But the screen, both my secondary screen and my main screen just went black. Couldn't do nothing. Nothing was happening. All of a sudden, stuff comes back on. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what that was, but that cannot happen no more. And I have to say, out of all of the different games I done played, games bigger, like probably on the same scale as Delta Force, games like Call of Duty, games like Battlefield. Let me just look through the list of games I done played. 6 Days in Fallujah. I'm trying War Thunder. What are some other big games? Tom Clancy games, Payday. I'm saying, like, I done played a lot of different video games. That's never happened before. So overall, I'm confused out of my mind because I'm like, what's going on with, you know what? I'm not even going to question it. I'm just not even going to play the game anymore. Because my thing is this. it honestly, it irritates the crap out of me when developers, they just for some reason they're like, we gonna come out with a game, we gonna add an experience, and you just gonna have to accept that experience, and we're supposed to say good things about your guys' game. Like, and here's the thing, I appreciate that you made this game free, I appreciate that you made the DLC free. Honestly though, if I would have paid money for this game, I definitely would have had a few choice words to say. This is how I'm talking about a game that is free. Imagine how I'm talking about games where it's like I have to pay money for it and I ain't got the same experience that I ain't got with Delta Force. I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, if you're going to come out with a video game, you got to come out with a video game people can play. Not no game that's going to shut down my PC, not no game that's going to glitch it out, do whatever that was, or have it where it's like I can't even enjoy myself playing the game. It's like, fam, just come out with a game that everybody can play. I just don't get why it's like you make it set up where it's like you gotta have it where it's like it's co-op, it's online only. Oh, we gonna add a difficulty settings in there where you just gonna have to accept it. Can't have it on easy, can't have it on medium. It's just gonna be non-stop hard. It's like, oh, that's what the soldiers dealt with, so that's what you guys got. I'm not a soldier. I am a 28-year-old content creator. I am playing a video game. My thing is this, right? When you're playing a racing game, is it required for you to have a driver's license? No. I have been playing racing games since I was a kid. If that was the case, then I don't know who needs to be in trouble behind that, my parents or me, but I was playing racing games when I was a kid. I was playing shooting games when I was a kid. I was playing sport games. They don't say that I have to have go to college and file an application to be an NFL football player or NBA basketball player, or let me see some, or do I need a pilot's license to play Ace Combat or Tom Clancy's Hawks? Or what are some other games? Do I need to be a professional fighter to play UFC? Or some godlike fighter to play Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat? Where are some other games on my list of games I done played and stuff? But I'm just saying, it's like, games shouldn't require you to have actual experience to just play the game. It is a video game. What games did you guys play growing up? My thing is this. Did you have to be a plumber and figure out a way of taking out a dinosaur so you can save a princess in the castle and call up your brother Luigi to do all this stuff or to help you out with all this stuff? No. You went to the store, you bought any Nintendo console, and you bought whatever Mario game that was out, alright? They was like, oh, you gotta have plumbing experience, you gotta know how to take out dinosaurs, so that means you're gonna have to time travel, go back to the dinosaur days, kill a whole T-Rex, and then, then save whatever princesses in the castle. Oh, and you gotta have a brother named Luigi. No, you just bought a Nintendo console and you played a Mario game. That's a lot easier. So at the end of the day, if you are going to come out with a video game, you have to come out with a video game that is meant for everybody. How many times do I have to say that in these videos? Because I feel like developers, they just don't care. Then once they see their game is not doing well, then that's when they're all like, oh, well, now we're going to roll out an update where we're going to make the game better. Now we're going to make the listen to the fans. Now we're going to... You guys should have been doing that from day one. Not, oh, let's wait until the game comes out and put out this experience that nobody didn't even ask for. And then, no. Not one single person asked for this experience. Why put it out? That's what I would like to know. So, yeah, overall, if you guys are expecting me to play this game, because I do be playing a lot of different, like, shooter games, military games, all that stuff, I don't see myself playing Delta Force Black Hawk Down no time soon. Because I'm like, this game, it's broken, something's wrong with it, and the developers, I'm like, either you need to take this game out of stores, or you need to fix it. And it shouldn't be, we gonna wait until about 100 people say with the same thing. No, if anybody behind the development of this video game sees this video, you need to start working on it. So people like me can do another video where I'm saying, this is actually a good game, rather than doing a video like this. So anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.